Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. My name is Jim Dubois. So glad you're here. Today, we're going to talk about ineffective advertising versus effective advertising and how it will impact your bottom line. Before we jump into that, real quick, first off, if you have not registered for my Window Washing Wealth Mastermind, do so today. I've never ever done this before. I'm opening up this mastermind to guests for the very first time. It may be the only time. We only have a few guest spots available because this is a client event. So we're going to be spending 3 days together with a small group of window cleaners and pressure washers. We're going to be just talking shop for 3 days. We're going deep in how I've taken many of my clients from $10,000 a month to over $50,000 and $100,000 a month. We're going to be talking about lead generation, recruiting A players, implementing the systems into your company, and there's just 3 days worth of just magical stuff that we're going to talk about. So if this is of interest to you, this is going to be July 22nd through the 24th. And if interested in learning more, just put the word mastermind into the chat and we'll send you a link for the registration page so that you can learn more. So let's jump in. Ineffective versus effective advertising. Well, I have to say, to start this off, marketing, well, it's not easy. I speak to lots of window cleaners, pressure washers around the country, and it's probably the number one roadblock, the number one challenge they have is lead flow, which stems back to marketing and how to do it right and how to do it efficiently. And for most, probably the vast majority, when we talk about this word marketing, mistakes are bound to happen. Whether you're commercial or you're residential, ineffective advertising is going to be one of them, one of those mistakes. So when it comes to advertising, most of those in the business, we do it wrong. It's boring. It's dull. The advertising is focused on their company, the number of years they've been in business, right? Where they're located at, a nifty logo, and other things that really just don't matter. Very few people respond to this type of advertising. And that's a bold sentence right there. So I'll give you a tip. 95% of all window cleaners, pressure washer ads that I see, well, they're all the same. They're simply an expanded, oversized, in some cases, business card. And they focus totally on the company and in no way on the person who is reading the ad. So don't be another statistic. You have to realize that every position, every decision that you make and I make is based on the emotions, and then we justify those emotions based on logic. And the same applies for everyone and anyone. It doesn't matter if you're rich, you're poor, you're young, you're old, people are people. And traditional marketing strategies, just like the ones that were developed nearly, 100 years ago, well, they still hold true today. Because people have and will continue to respond to self-serving emotional appeals. So let me explain why. People are, they only care about one thing. What's in it for me, right? They don't really care about you. They don't care about your company. They don't care about the types of trucks your company has. They don't care about the beautiful pictures in your ad or your logo. What really sells prospects on your services are the benefits that you can provide to them. And I'm not saying that your marketing and your image should not be professional. That's not the point. Your, what I call, outside perception is critical and will bring an additional element of success to your company. There's no question about that. But here's what you got to realize. People don't buy window cleaning services. They want the benefits that those services can give them. The better you can show the customer the advantages that they'll see for themselves, the more likely you're going to get that person's business. And this is a really, really important point. And once you realize this point, well, I'll tell you right now, you're going to be miles ahead of almost everybody else that you compete with. And I'll give you a quick example to illustrate my point. Customers, consumers, they're not buying window cleaning. What they're buying are the crystal clear windows. They want clean, beautiful windows. They don't really care about how you do it. So if you give your customers what they want in your advertising, they're much more likely to buy from you. But unfortunately, most window cleaning entrepreneurs, pressure washing entrepreneurs, they just follow the pack, right? They just follow what other window cleaners and pressure washers are doing and what they have done over the last many years, refusing to really separate themselves from the competition. So I'll give you another tip. When you follow the leader always wins, while the follower falls behind. Did you get that? In fact, most of them couldn't even give you the results, the proof that their advertising was working if their lives depended on it. And maybe that's you, right? So unless you like wasting huge sums of cash, you need to start measuring, getting measured results oriented advertising in motion. You got to start tracking this stuff, right? Most don't. And they're just throwing money out the window. And when you think about it, and you'll probably agree with me, advertising is probably the single biggest area where most window cleaners throw away the most money, right? Because they're not measuring it. They're just kind of winging it. They're working off of hope. They're hoping that this marketing medium will work. And then they just kind of go off of gut. So actually, I want to share with you right now a secret that will instantly make you more money. The next time you run any advertising, whether it's Facebook, a postcard campaign, even a flyer, this tip is something not one window cleaner or pressure washer in 100 understands about advertising and marketing. So here's a big secret to making your advertising pay. Every single ad must have a powerful headline to succeed at its maximum potential. The headline needs to grab the attention of the ideal prospect to tell them, hey, this is for you. So think about this for a moment. What's your hook? What are you saying to solve their pain, right? What's your headline? Estimates guaranteed in 24 hours? That would be a pain point, right? How many times have you waited days, even a week or two, to get an estimate from a service provider? What about your guarantee, right? Do you have a guarantee? And if you have one, how compelling is it really? Can you turn that into a hook, into a powerful headline? How do you differentiate yourself from others that really grabs attention? Some of you may remember the term AIDA, AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. And that, my friends, that's your template. Attention is the hook, the headline, and then we take it from there. You got to remember, people, they don't care about how great you are. All they care about is what's in it for them. What advantage or self-serving benefit can you offer them? And you need to announce that. You got to telegraph that advantage in the headline, or they'll just never know, and you'll just look like everybody else. So I'll give you another tip, another secret about headlines. Great headlines, well, they don't happen by accident. They only happen because someone uses a powerful system for creating the headlines. And the right headline can mean the difference between a few calls from your ad or a tidal wave of a new business. So I know when I create headlines for my companies, I will just sit there and just write and write and write and write. And I'm looking to see how can I make them truly a hook? How can I really grab their attention? It's a pretty interesting exercise. And today, you can also use ChatGPT to come up with headlines as well. But that's going to be the beginning. So the next time you glance over at your competitors' ads, or your ads even for that matter, pay attention to the headline. And you're going to see that almost everybody in our space who advertises thinks their company name is the biggest benefit or advantage to these prospects. Why? Because it's always at the top of the ad. That's their headline. And that's nonsense. That's ridiculousness. Don't believe me? Go take a look. Go pick up a local magazine, a local newspaper, online or off, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It'll be plain as day. Most competing companies, they simply put their logo right at the top. No. So if you just follow this one simple but profound little strategy here, you're going to easily double, triple, quadruple more prospects responding to your ads. And this makes advertising, how do I say it, the ultimate in financial leverage when done correctly. And in Window Washing Wealth, my coaching program, I talk about this stuff. How to make your advertising pay to increase your return on investment on each marketing plate you have spinning in your arsenal, right? Some plates are going to wobble, others are going to spin real fast, and sometimes the plates fall off. But we measure it. We know what's going on, and it becomes a decision maker. So in review, we've discussed ineffective and effective advertising. And you want to stand out so that you're creating headlines and ads so that you are the only one they call. Don't follow the pack and make it harder on yourself to create sales. Blaze a new trail. Know what to say. Know how to say it and how often, and I promise your revenue will begin to build. It'll begin to climb. So, real quick reminder, if you have not registered for my Window Washing Wealth Mastermind, where we go deep into all of this stuff and so much more, do so today. Windowwashingwealth.com /mastermind black belt guest. Windowwashingwealth.com /black belt guest will take you to the registration page, or just put the word mastermind in the comments and we will send you the link to the registration page so you can learn more about what we're doing here. And again, we're going to spend 3 days. We're going deep into the subjects of lead generation, recruiting, the recruiting system that I have, to the systems build out and all that stuff on how I've taken clients from $1,000 a month to over $100,000 a month in 2.5 to 3 to 3.5 to 4 years. A number of clients that have done that. So July 22, 23, 24, we hope to see you there. And in case we don't, that's okay. I just want to say thanks for spending some time with me to move your needle in your business a little bit more. So until next time, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.